Chris.
Oh, my fault.
Welcome, rap. We here. We here. We here. Um, well, some of us are. Uh, Antonio is on the way, and so is Janae, from according to my text messages. But right now we got Chris and Miriam. How you guys doing?
What's going on, gang?
Man, I can
Hey y'all.
listen. Sleep is calling my name, man. I don't know why I'm tired. I do know why I'm tired. I started back my health regimen last Monday, and this morning I got a new scale. I'm 10 pounds down, so it's working. However, I'm tired. I'm tired.
That's normally how it goes.
I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I'm sheesh. But so I lost 10 pounds
Good
in a week.
job.
That's a win though. We'll take a win's a win. Freaky. I was about, hey, it's too early to hit the F. But today we got something interesting. We're gonna kind of get uh turn a different page than what we normally do. We had some interesting things happen this past Saturday. So as y'all know from last week, Saturday was my birthday. Shout out to me. I turned 27.
Times two.
No, hell no. Times 1.87 maybe. Not, nah, but to realize I went and got a drink, and the lady asked for my ID. I was like, man, I've been 21 for 21 years now. So that's something. The big four deuce. Taco man,
That's
I'm not
crazy.
73, bro. But yeah, so also on Saturday, man, I was reminded that was the anniversary of when the verdict for the Trayvon Martin case came out. You know, that was
Mm.
Damn,
that's
for
something
real?
that's something that happened on my birthday several years ago. Uh for sports fans who probably don't know this, that
Ooh, let
George
me get speakers.
Steinbrenner
Oh,
George
never mind.
Steinbrenner died on my birthday like 10 years ago.
It's a
But
very
nothing bigger than me being born, except for hey man, so, apparently somebody tried to take out 45.
Teflon
Which,
Don, what they calling them.
hey, listen,
Teflon Don.
hey, Teflon Don is diabolical. But with
Terrible.
with that, like people seem to think it's staged, right? People don't believe that what they've seen is what they saw.
I'm one of them.
I I don't really have an opinion yet. I really don't. But I'm interested in hearing you guys' opinion. But before I do, I'm gonna there was an alternate video that came out, and dang, what's old girl name? Amanda Seals. Y'all familiar with her?
Mhm.
She did she posted about it and had a little commentary. I'm not gonna play her whole commentary because it was a whole lot of run on sentences. But we're gonna jump right into that, right?
Mhm.
So with the release of this video,
He was doing the job. I wouldn't even be doing this. I'd be at some beautiful place with gorgeous ocean, the
Look, they're all pointing.
Mediterranean, the Atlantic, maybe the Pacific.
Yeah, someone's on top of the roof. Look, there he is right there. Right there, see him? He's laying down. See him?
Yeah, he's laying down.
And Scott, I'm here with you fighting like hell to get a Senate.
What's happening?
And to make sure we take back the White House, because if we do, we're going to make America better than ever before. We're going to make it.
Yeah, look.
And it's
There he
not
is.
easy, because we have millions and millions of people in our country that shouldn't be there. Dangerous people, criminals. We have criminals. We have drug dealers. We have people that should not be here.
on the roof.
It's much tougher than it happens.
You went flat on the roof again.
I think it's very fair for many people to say that this was yet another example of a politician, which this has been done in other places. Bolsonaro did the same thing in Brazil, a politician creating a scenario where it looks like their life is being put in jeopardy to make them look like a martyr, to make it seem like they are so strong that they are being persecuted and that's why you need to follow them. And unfortunately, innocent people were harmed and someone even died in the process of this. Now remember, Donald Trump was also an integral part of January 6th and innocent people died then.
Okay, and then another video that I seen, young man had this to say.
He's waking up to the news that Donald Trump was shot. I think it was staged, and I don't really know how else to lead into that, but I'll tell you for why. First of all, it's Trump. Second of all, the Secret Service just let him stand there with his head up for like fucking ages afterwards and then do the whole fist bump thing, which, by the way, isn't a symbol of resilience when you're surrounded by 5, 6, 7 people being a human meat shield. And also, the guy at the podium, fucking actor, he was in Home Alone 2.
So
What?
I don't know for a fact that if there was a guy on the podium that was at Home Alone 2. I just thought that was interesting.
That's funny as hell.
So in the first clip, there's if you guys can just search it. There's a video, and there's people on the ground pointing out the shooter on the roof, and they had ample time to identify, and you can clearly see him on the roof moving around like he may as well have been up there doing the Dougie on the roof. You know what I'm saying? So, what's your thoughts, man? You got real, fake, or what? You know, what's your thoughts?
I think it was staged. I wouldn't say I'm one that's big into conspiracy theories, but like I'm observant enough that I can see when shit don't add up. You know what I'm saying? And we'll talk about one of those other instances a little bit later on in the show for me. But there was just, and I know that people of different background and persuasions than ourselves tend to act different in certain situations. But commonly, when something that sounds like gunshots rings out, you duck and then you run. Nobody moved. Nobody scattered, none of that. Everybody sat there and watched. There was even a chick that was behind Trump who, when she was kneeling down and crouching, still had her phone going down like this, recording right behind Trump. I'm like, man, listen, I understand that the other color, the other persuasion might not move as swiftly and as fast as my persuasion would, but that's just common sense, man. You hear gunshots, you fucking book it. You fucking duck first because you don't know where, and then you get your surroundings, exit plan, and you go. Nobody moved. It wasn't until Secret Service started trying to clear everybody out minutes later, way after Trump finally got escorted off the stage, which that also took entirely too long. Like to old boy said, his point in the clip, if Secret Service is not letting you peek your head out for shit, especially if you just reached to your ear where you supposedly got shot at, so it was supposed to be a head tap, and you all out here like, yeah, fight. Did you see the picture that came out from this afterwards?
Yeah,
it's him in the middle of like 6 or 7 Secret Service people with his fist up.
That's blood on the thumbnail, bro. I got not only did I see the picture. Yeah.
So it's him standing in the group in the middle of the Secret Service with the fist out, the blood on the side of his head, and the flag just so perfectly waving behind him. That is just prime photo. Like it, and it just seems too. And I believe that there was a shooter. Somebody got to be a fall guy, right? There's a shooter, right? It was live bullets, but I don't think Trump was actually hit. I think that he heard the shots. He did what he was supposed to do. He got on the ground. You see Secret Service pounce on top of him. I think they did like an old wrestling trick and cut by his ear for the blood.
Not blading. They call that blading.
Yeah, I think I think that's what happened. So it could give the illusion. Come on, I mean, think about it like this, right? What they say he was 130 yards from Trump on that rooftop.
Yeah,
And
approximately.
it was like, and it was an AR with iron sights.
Mm-hmm.
Now, listen, there's some people who could shoot that, probably. Very few, though. Do you think a teenager is accurately nicking the ear of a moving person from 130 yards with iron sights? One of two things is either going to happen. One, he's going to miss completely and hit somebody else, or two, he's going to miss the mark and JFK Donald Trump. So
I'll allow it. Keep going. I'll allow it.
So I don't. It's these things. It doesn't add up because what they say he was like 18 or 19 or something like that, maybe even younger.
20,
right? 20 years old. And like I said, very few people might be able to hit that shot, but you got to account for wind. You got to account for, and like I said, he's a moving target because he was looking back and forth between the people behind him, people in front of him. So he's doing all this moving, and you able to nick the ear perfectly with iron sights from a $130. I can't. People can't even do that on Call of Duty. I damn sure know you can't do that in real life, for real. Nice. So I'm not convinced it was real.
Well, one thing that I know, right, and I put this comment back on the screen because this goes to what I know, that cartilage does not regenerate, right?
So if he really got popped in the ear,
so seeing the ear is gonna make all the difference in the world, kind of. Seeing the ear, because if you got plucked, like
anywhere on the
Holyfield, do ears grow back?
I be actually every time I see Holyfield, I be trying to look to see what the ear look like.
Nah, yeah. He it's a little messed up, man. It's a little messed up. Miriam, your take.
I really don't even have a take on it. I honestly have not seen any of the video footage. As soon as I heard, oh, somebody tried to shoot Trump, I completely brushed that off and deleted it from my mind and my life because all of it is ignorant. And I'm really not excited about this year's election because it's kind of scary. So I really don't have any type of insight.
Are you saying that pretty much the candidates is the Marshmallow Man versus Quaker Oats guy?
As far as I'm concerned, it's Scooby-Doo and the lion from Tony the Tiger. It really don't even matter at this point. It's just disgusting the way that our political system shows up currently. So I have no interest.
Yeah.
Hey, Taco in the comments cooking today too, by the way. Taco is definitely cooking. So for me,
a lot was said in that comment too. A lot was said.
Not for real. For me, I can understand why it would be set up. Like I said earlier, I haven't really come to a conclusion on if it was set up, why it was set up. I mean, you know what I'm saying? What would be the purpose? What would be the end goal? I like to ask myself a lot of times, like, why would they do that, right? But I can tell you that it got me to thinking. And it got me to thinking about other conspiracy theories.
Mm-hmm.
So,
like what, Brother Jay? Please do tell.
It led me to this question: what are some conspiracy theories that you've heard that you actually believe? Now, before we get into it, I found a little chart, and the chart is, I don't know what the chart is. Titled Conspiracy Theories in the United States. And these are the most popular conspiracy theories amongst Americans. One, Lee Harvey Oswald did not act alone in the JFK shooting. I actually believe that.
I don't think he did it at all.
That
I don't
that's
think he did it
exactly
at all.
that's exactly yeah.
There's a
Absolutely.
couple of them on here. I mean, there's a couple of them that's not on here that should be. We'll get into all that too.
We gonna get into it.
This
There's
gonna
a
be a
deep
good
state
episode. I
working
like
against
this.
the U.S. President Donald Trump. I don't know nothing about that. The government is hiding aliens in Area 51. 9/11 was an inside job.
Mm.
Duh.
Climate change is a hoax. The Illuminati secretly controls the world, or clutch sports, one or the other. The government is using chemicals to control the population. The moon landing was fake. Now hold on. Let me get back in. Let me take that down. I 100% believe that no one has ever been to the moon. I
Even to this day.
I 100% believe no one had to this day has been to the moon. But that's not like for me. For me, one of the biggest conspiracy theories that I believe 100%, 100% with my being is this right here.
Talk to him, Brother Jay.
A lot about what they tell us about dinosaurs are a lie.
God, there's museums.
I know, and every single dinosaur you see in a museum is a model because the actual bones of dinosaurs cannot be on display because they are too radioactive. So any dinosaur bone you've ever seen, this is a fact, is a model. And most of these dinosaur recreations are made in China. And then on top of that, Alex, we have these bones. Yeah, I do believe there's old lizards. I believe there's alligators. I do believe there's old big animals. But they told us all about the dinosaurs. There's a thing called the Bone Wars. It was Edward Cope. And in the Bone Wars, they were like the first people to discover bones. And it was like in the 1890s. And you have to really get into the weeds. But they would just classify. They'd find like a tooth. And they'd be like, this is a Stegosaurus.
Right.
And then later on, they said, oh, half the dinosaurs they said were fake. So my point is the original people that started finding dinosaur bones, not till like the late 1800s. That's when we first found dinosaur bones. All of a sudden, we started finding them like crazy, but all of our ancestors never really had dinosaurs, and dinosaurs aren't in the Bible. Not that the Bible is 100%, if you take the Bible 100% literal, there's like dragons in the Bible, but the idea that they had all these prehistoric dinosaurs, I don't vibe with that like they tell us. I think a lot.
Listen, there has never, ever, ever been dinosaurs. I've never believed that for 1 second in my life.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely. And then I like you go on a deep dive. The dude mentioned the dinosaur. I mean the Bone Wars, right? And he said 1891, but it was actually 1841. Up until 1841, there was no record of anybody ever finding a dinosaur bone ever in the history of Earth. Like people only just started finding the dinosaur bones when people said it. So all the bones that you see in museums most of them are made in China from chicken bones. Like you've never seen an actual dinosaur bone with your eyes. So when you really start looking into it, man, and there's documentation everywhere. When you really start looking into it, bro, ain't been no dinosaurs. Now, how y'all feel about that?
That's interesting. That's not one that I would go like,
Hey man, I'd bet the house I live in, the house I own, that there has never been dinosaurs. That's how strong I believe in that.
It's not above humans to fabricate and lie just to, get something going or to further an agenda. So it's not out the realm that people could have been lying about this for years. And I've never really actually gave that much of a fuck about dinosaurs in the fucking first place. I never was really one of them kids that most of my toys was dinosaurs growing up. I actually don't care for the Jurassic Park movies at all.
All of them are trash. Every last one of them. Dude, they keep doing the same thing. You're gonna create something that's gonna end up killing you. Got it.
Yeah, so I'm not inclined to really care. And if they came out that there was never dinosaurs, then whoopee. Like
I would believe that there probably were Power Rangers more than dinosaurs.
Power Rangers is close to, just some niggas that get in some colorful costumes and do karate moves.
Yeah, but then they used the dinosaur. The original Power Rangers had dinosaurs,
Oh,
right?
what is it called? Oh, the ones that they actually used to ride on.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
Tyrannosaurus,
little
saber-tooth
something,
tiger. Yeah,
something.
yeah, Megazord.
Yeah, well, I think that's the big one that they ended up making.
Right.
Yeah,
Is this really where therapeutic rap is going?
Hey,
I'm
today,
cool.
man,
I'm cool with today's
dinosaurs. Yeah,
episode.
I'm so confused right now.
Hey, man, ain't no Hey, man, don't let your kids believe in dinosaurs, man.
Oh
Don't
God.
let them believe in Santa either. But that's just me.
Now, Santa was real. Santa was real, man.
I
Nope.
don't think that there are these prehistoric, creatures that just roamed the earth and then, whatever happened and they all disappeared. But based off what is going on inside of the ocean, and there are depths that we have never even explored due to the depth of the ocean, I wouldn't be surprised if there was some big nasty creatures on this earth at some point. But maybe they all just learned to swim.
Now, so I do believe that dragons or dragon-like creatures, because when you're in Mexico and you see an iguana almost as big as you know that'll have you, considering some things.
Question some things.
Yeah.
That's not a drag. That's not an iguana. It's called a dragon.
Well, whatever that is.
Is the Earth round or flat?
I knew he was coming. I knew he was coming. I knew he was coming.
Is the Earth round or flat?
Hold on. Yeah, go ahead. Talk about it. Talk about it, Chris. What you got?
That's an age old chicken and the egg kind of deal. I personally believe the Earth is round, just because if the Earth was flat, there'd be certain characteristics that you'd be able to see that if the Earth was flat. Now, how you feel that nobody's gone to the moon, that might be true, but I definitely feel that people have gone out in space. At least technology has gone out in space. We have pictures of the Earth. That motherfucker round.
Man, listen, they showed us a picture of me in as an Aztec warrior. Just because you see a picture don't mean you can believe it.
Listen, this was before AI, but after we got the fact that we could get satellites up there. So there's a sweet spot in there where shit you see is at its most genuine moment. You know what I'm saying? Now you can pretty much make anything you want. You can make anybody do anything that you want on film and video and stuff like that. So anything can be doctored now. But if the world was flat, all the people who used to, travel by boat, don't you think they would have fell off the side of the earth by now? Or when they was doing their travels, they would have fell off.
So the flat Earth theory, they say that the Earth is surrounded by an ice wall. So there's a firmament over above it, which kind of caps it. But there's an ice wall, which we are calling Antarctica, which everybody does know that you can't.
That has nothing to do with nothing. That has nothing to do with nothing. Who gave this nigga the internet, man?
And that's how you lose your train of thought.
Wow.
But no, so there's an ice wall which they call Antarctica. But everybody knows that if you try to go to Antarctica, except for where they want you to go in Antarctica, if you try to go, you'll get arrested. Like you can't go. You actually cannot go.
Really?
So Sean says, look up Robert Simmons' Blue Marble guy for your picture of the Earth. So, I don't know. Now, I don't know why Melvin Man Down chats don't show up for you. I have no idea, Taco. We got to get technical support on that. Somebody come find out why Taco King see Man Down sports. But so I think the deeper you dive into anything, you can kind of find evidence of opposing thought theories. Now, I will tell you that I have randomly started last stream. I will tell you that once I started looking into like when Kyrie Irving was talking about the Earth being flat, and you start looking into it, there's some really good theories out there on how it could be. And one thing that people point out the most is like the emergency flight plans when the flight gets diverted because of weather or whatever, and how they land, and you kind of be thinking like, why did it go from here to here? When this seems to be a more direct path or a closer path, but if you look back at that flat Earth map, it kind of lines up a lot. Miriam, what say you?
I don't care.
Miriam, like whether it's round or flat, I'm on it.
I don't care.
So what's your
Don't put
biggest
me in it when I
conspiracy
die.
theory?
Burn me up. I don't know. I don't care.
What is your biggest conspiracy theory that you believe?
Probably aliens. Probably aliens. I do believe the aliens exist, and I think that they walk among us. I've believed since I was young that the aliens that walk among us, when you turn your head, they turn into their regular form, and then when you look back at them, they turn back into whatever shape or form that they're in. And I still believe that, because there's some people on this earth that I have to think you are alien in order for you to behave in the manner that you do. Not speaking about anybody here, of course, but yes, I do believe that aliens exist.
Yeah, I mean, we would have to be completely foolish to think that we were the only sentient beings in this universe,
Right?
or at all. Because look, we're here. So what makes you think that there's nothing else out there? Y'all think it's just us and what is it now? Eight planets with nobody or nothing, and that's just the 8 planets that we know about.
I saw
So-
something the other day that was like, what if stars aren't, burning balls of fire in the sky, but they're holes in the jar that we're sitting in at the top of the jar? And I was like, damn, we some old raggedy ants.
This shit reminds me of like at the end of Men in Black when they zoom all the way out, and it's the aliens playing with the galaxies like marbles.
Right.
It could be that.
Rolling dice with Earth. Like, what?
It could be that. So,
Taco, that's what I made a call to action to technical support, and they showed up, man. That's what happens, man. That's what happened when the host calls technical support.
Now, my I don't know if can we talk about mine? I got 2 of them actually.
Yeah, let's go. I don't know about aliens. Well, I don't think aliens in the way that people think of aliens.
Yeah, like fucking green, slimy, fucking big black-eyed, bald motherfuckers.
Yeah, I don't think they look like that.
Nah. I think they come in different forms, and they could adapt to look like us. You know what I'm saying? They could be anything. So I don't know.
So what you
Okay. One of them was mentioned on that poster that you put up.
All right, tell about it.
I wholeheartedly believe deep in my chest 9/11 was an inside job. It's way too much stuff, way too much evidence, way too much proof to deny otherwise, in my opinion, right? Just to name a few, right? The obvious stuff, right? The plane that landed in the Pentagon, there was nothing left but the black box. When have you ever known a whole plane, especially a plane that size, to disintegrate? Like there's nothing. There's no wires. There's no seats. There's no panels. There's nothing. But it just disintegrated. And
it was a passenger airline, so there should at least be luggage.
Something. There was nothing. But then magically y'all found a black box perfectly intact. Correct? That just never sat right with me. Right? And also, if a plane crashes into something, it's not supposed to, look like a plane, just fell into it and have the outprint of a plane. But still, there's got to be some no. When it hit the Pentagon or whatever hit the Pentagon, I think that was an explosion. There was no plane crash. Also, the steel beams that the towers were built with, right? I can't remember the exact number, but the flashpoint to melt those beams was way higher than what the flashpoint of jet fuel was, right? And it was for the reason because if they so tall, something happened, a plane does go into it, that is supposed to be able to withstand the collision of a jet. It's not supposed to be able to crumble like that. And if it does crumble, those towers were structured to crumble down inward, not fall over. But, and there's video of it, the first plane, well, it's one of the planes, I can't remember if it was first or second, but one of the planes was going to make contact with the tower. And right before the plane hit, there was a detonation and explosion. Boom. Then the plane collided with the tower. And then magically, all of a sudden, the beams was melting. The same beams that was made from the steel that was supposed to melt at a flashpoint way higher than what the jet fuel was supposed to burn at. So there's that. Also, then they made the towers fall to the side, which is what they were not supposed to do. They were supposed to fall down to prevent knocking other buildings down, because you know how New York is, right? There was also a lot of witness accounts of them hearing explosions underneath the towers before the planes hit, right? I just don't understand how people don't think that this was an inside job. And the motive was simple. You wanted to blame it on the Middle East for having weapons of mass destruction. You went over there, all you did was drill for oil. That's all you wanted was oil. But they wasn't gonna let you over there otherwise. But if you go over there in the name of freedom and get back, oh yeah, cool. We support that all the way. We can't have weapons of mass destruction. No, we can't have that.
Well, one of the questions, excuse me, that I found unique that was never asked: if they had weapons of mass destruction, why did they use planes?
Oh,
because they had to make it look like it was, terrorists.
Now, what I'm saying is, if I have a weapon of mass destruction of any kind, why am I gonna drive a Ford pickup truck into your house? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I would probably just use what I got, right?
Not really, because why would you use something that you don't want everybody to know you have? You get what I'm saying? Like, most of the time when there's like a major attack, it's something subtle, like freaking COVID. You know what I'm saying? Like, all of a sudden, everybody, coming up, getting sick and dying. They couldn't just sprinkle that shit over us. You get what I'm saying? Like, it had to be introduced somehow, and then it wiped people out. But with the 9/11 thing, I feel like they wanted something quick that was going to make a statement, but they didn't want to, send a nuclear bomb either.
Also, another point to
Hey,
that.
Janae.
Hello, by the way. Another point to that. I can't remember exactly what carrier it was, but there's a carrier that was out to sea at the time. That was for a couple of months before the attacks happened. Were running drills for that exact situation, right? That they were running drills for that exact situation. When it happened, and they were getting ready to, scramble the jets to do what they do, they got grounded. Like, come on, man. There's no way y'all think that was really just an act of terrorism just on its own. Like, there's too many inconsistencies. There's too many things that, bro, the first just off the Pentagon alone, where was the fucking plane? Where was the plane? Somebody tell me where the plane was. Please, in the comments, please tell me where the plane was. Nobody to this day can still tell me where the plane at the Pentagon is at or was at.
Unknown caller.
Uh-oh. Who we got?
I'm afraid.
Me too. And I'm just getting here.
Probably the NSA telling us to shut this shit down.
Hello.
Hello.
Okay.
Hey, what's going on?
It's Funky Town. How y'all doing?
Funky Town.
Hey, what's going on, man?
Hey, Chris, how old are you?
Old enough.
No, how old are you, bro? Give me a range. Just give me a range.
Mid to late 20s.
Okay. So you were like what, maybe 4 or 5 years old?
No, I was
in 2001.
I was 9 days short of my 6th birthday.
Okay, all right.
So that would make you 4 or 5 years old. Hold on, nah, Funky Town, we ain't gonna let that live.
I was basically 6. I was 9 days away from my 6th birthday.
Again. Okay, so let me help you out real quick. I had a partner, someone I served with, who was in the old guard at Pentagon. All right, they're the ones who put that flag over the hole in the Pentagon. You guys are y'all are miscrewing what happened in Pennsylvania, which was soft dirt, where that plane lawn darted and there was no wreckage, versus what happened at the Pentagon. That's number one. So you're taking two separate. The story has made y'all think this other thing. Now my friend, who was in the old guard and was over there, part of the security slash site situation, because their Fort Myers is right there. They had to go there during that whole point, right? That whole thing. No, there were parts and pieces of a lot of stuff there. Number two, the side that it hit, which is actually the reason why it was destroyed as much as it was, that side had just been refurbished. They had just renovated that was Wing A. That whole side had been refurbished and just got reopened. And what's funny, and here's a Navy thing, I was stationed in Italy at the time, Gaeta, where 6th Fleet is headquartered there in Italy. The guy who was the deputy commander had just gotten assigned to the Pentagon, and he was one of the only people. He was just getting there, moving in his office. He was a casualty. He had been the deputy commander at Naples. I'm sorry, at Gaeta. Then he's over there, and he happens to be, because he's moving in, and they're right there in that transition, moving everybody in and out, because that wing had just gotten back reopened. That's one of the reasons why there weren't that many casualties at the Pentagon. When it comes to the Twin Towers, you don't have to melt metal. You have to weaken it, which is what they learned in their first dry run when they did it in 94 under Clinton, when they went into the parking garage and they had a massive bomb. They had a bomb, a truck full of explosives, and all it did was rock it. Mm-hmm. What you all don't understand is that the kinetic impact of those planes hitting where the inner shell were around the elevators, that's where the strength of the buildings were. It hit, the first thing it did, it shook off the fire retardant that was on those girders, and it weakened those points. So it's just like anything else. You ain't got, if I take out your Achilles, you're gonna fall. And those buildings fell the way they were designed to fall. They fell, they collapsed it in on themselves. The problem is there's only so much area that all that stuff is going to fall to. Mm-hmm. And there are buildings within that complex. You know, those are Twin Towers were the only two that you saw, but that whole Port Authority, they had a couple different other buildings in there. Those are the buildings that things fell on them. None of them got collapsed that way. I mean, man, listen, when I was overseas, when I was in Iraq, I had soldiers come up to me and they gave me a DVD that said all the stuff you're talking about in 2005. Mm-hmm. And because they thought I wasn't a supporter of the war, because when it came to Iraq, I knew that was BS. Okay, because even if Saddam Hussein did have weapons of mass destruction, in the first Gulf War, we destroyed his Air Force, and the 6 fighter jets that they did have bugged out and went to Iran, and Iran never gave them back to him. So how was he going to deploy them? That'd be one of your first questions. Then the next question would be, how is it that we never left the area? We had units that stayed on post out of Fort Huachuca that were there as listening unit the entire time. It was 11th Signal Brigade. They rotated in and out. They had a battalion that rotated in and out. They kept constant monitor on them. We had a no-fly zone. So again, I wasn't supportive of Iraq, but the Al Qaeda had been trying that for a long time, and a lot of people don't realize that they actually put in Islam. You're supposed to declare war before you actually go to war. So you have to go to a certain level of their clergy or whatever, and they basically authorize this edict if you give them the grounds that you're going to do it. They did that, and they did it like Jay just said in '94. They did that, and again, that goes back to Saddam Hussein being mad about what we did, or actually what the Saudis allowed us to do in the first Gulf War in '90 and '91.
Mm-hmm.
So this stuff, trust me when I say, this stuff is a lot. People think it's conspiracy. There's some people who took advantage of some stuff, and there might have been some people who knew some certain things, but it was a whole bunch of recrimination that happened afterwards, and people were trying to cover their behinds, talking about, well, we warned you and we did this. Somebody did, and some people, they did that in '94, but they weren't listening, because down in Florida, when the hijackers were taking the lessons on how to fly the plane, but not how to take off or land them, that should have been that was a warning that went up. It got ignored. See?
So I don't think that has anything to do with age. I was in 9th grade when 9/11 happened. I remember where I was, what I was doing, and watching it on TV.
Me too.
But I don't think that has anything to do with age. It, like, if you're not military or if you weren't there, you might not know facts. But so just like all the rest of these conspiracy theories, we have to go off the information that is provided to us. And so if we go off the information that's provided to us, that's where conspiracy theories come from.
No, I totally agree with what I'm trying to explain. I think I kind of went over it. I kind of explained, like when you were saying that there were no parts to the plane at the Pentagon. That's just not true. If you go back and if you actually go back and look at some footage, you'll see the actual plane engine sitting on the lawn in the Pentagon. If you go back and look at the actual footage, what I'm trying to tell you is that people have construed what happened in the Pennsylvania one that dropped off in the field, because it hit into farmland and plowed land, and it lawn darted. And there's not much of a signature for that crash site. That's the problem. That people are taking that and they're saying, well, that's the Pentagon. That's not what happened.
Wait, hold on. Isn't the one in Pennsylvania the one that the people on the plane overtook the hijackers?
That's United. That was the United flight.
Right.
So where was that?
Hmm?
Yeah, that was Pennsylvania.
That was Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But again, if you look at an overhead satellite, of the Pentagon, and you look at what it looks like, it literally looks like an airplane that went into that building from above. If you look at it,
I'm scared to Google them
it
images.
looks like that at an angle. By the way, it goes in at an angle. And it looks like an airplane's nose.
So Funky Town.
It goes in three levels, and it stops right around the fourth level. There's 5 rings, and it goes into about the third ring and makes a little mess in the fourth ring.
Let me ask you a question before we get you up out of here, Funky Town.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts on dinosaurs, bro?
As far as whether or not they exist or not?
Yeah, absolutely.
They existed? Yeah, they existed. We still got chickens, right? We got chickens, right?
Yeah, we got chickens.
Chicken is a descendant of dinosaurs, bro. Chicken is a descendant of dinosaurs.
So which one came first, the chicken or the egg?
The chicken.
Funky Town, it's always a pleasure, bro.
All right, brother. Have a good one.
You as well. Funky Town.
I get it, and like I said, I mean, it's one of those things, conspiracy theories, where there's evidence to corroborate both sides. I just personally feel like there was just too much, evidence to consider that it wasn't an inside job. But
more than anything, perception is reality, and it could have been 5 people standing in the same spot watching the same thing. All of them gonna have a different account of what happened. So unless you was there, experienced it, and could say, "Hey, this is what I saw. This is what I know." Who's ever really gonna know?
Touche.
Now, before I do my other one, I'll let Janae get hers off.
Yeah, I was about to say, Janae. Huh?
What's your favorite conspiracy theory, girl?
That you believe in?
No, I don't believe in none of that.
You have
no, not just 9/11, just in conspiracy theories. Period. Like JFK, aliens, dinosaurs. We've been talking about all
Tupac's
kinds
still
of
alive.
tonight.
Tupac definitely is in the Barbados.
Tupac is not alive.
Hey, he just came in with a buzzsaw.
I don't feed into that.
So y'all want the other one?
Y'all think Diddy did it though? Y'all think
that ain't even a conspiracy theory? That nigga showed us he did.
That is fact. Diddy did that shit. That ain't even conspiracy theory.
But y'all think he took Biggie out too?
That is not a conspiracy theory. It is a conspired fact. That shit happened.
Hey, why can't we go back to the days when Melvin internet didn't work?
Man, listen.
What?
Oh man. Go ahead, Chris. What's your second one, man?
All right. My second one that I really also do believe in.
Oh, I'm cold.
Is that J. Edgar Hoover orchestrated a lot of high profile murders and assassinations.
Oh, that ain't even a conspiracy theory either. That
right.
That joint real as rain. If you believe in rain, you ought to believe in that.
It was the ones I know about: JFK, Martin Luther King, Marilyn Monroe. I want to say the other Kennedy, and a couple other people. He got a nice little laundry list.
Now, yeah, it ain't even that was every rumor. That's not a conspiracy theory. And I'm a switch things because I do want to talk about what the things that we are taught. We're taught certain things that it's just ingrained in us that we'll believe even if it ain't true, right? And one of them happens to be about the food pyramid. And I remember when I was first in school, there's something about the 4 food groups, and then they switched to the food pyramid, and you're supposed to eat, I think, 6 to 10 grains a day and have
That's why I'm freaking fat right there. Them damn carbs they was throwing on us as a kid. I'm still stuck. Okay? The hips don't lie. This is stupid. And I hope whoever made the food pyramid, I hope I see them in a dark alley for about 7 minutes so I can whoop their ass. Because now I'm addicted to rice.
Man, that went on my bingo card. That was not, I did not have that on my bingo card, but y'all check this out.
Yeah. I've never recovered from finding out that the food pyramid was a scam.
Yeah.
That was just the degree to which that's a scam. Is there a worse medical crime in history than that?
No, I mean, telling Americans to load up on 7 to 11 servings of grains every single day.
And to find out that was a marketing ploy by the Department of Agriculture and that they went against the advice even of their own consultants who warned them that they would produce an epidemic of obesity and diabetes, which is, and not to say nothing of depression and dementia, which is exactly what we have now.
Exactly.
It's like, I don't know what you even do when you find out that that's true.
Yeah, and the unwarranted demonization of natural fat-containing foods, nutrient-dense foods like animal source foods, which continue to be demonized. And with that demonization of these like natural whole foods, I mean, we live in a time where 60% of the calories that your average American consumes comes from what are called ultra-processed foods.
Right.
So the
center of the supermarket.
Exactly, the antithesis to whole foods, right?
Yeah.
So the idea that we're still demonizing whole foods to me is insane.
Yeah. I've never.
All right. Yeah. So we already got one person kind of disgruntled with the food pyramid.
Food pyramid is a scam. It's a scam. You see this?
Disgruntled is
a scam. Okay.
Disgruntled.
You see this? I got that meat that they say you gotta have to know how to cook real good. Yeah, I got that.
You know how to cook real good?
I do.
Yvonne says, "What about chemtrails?" I'm not real sold on chemtrails, but this may be related or whatever. I do believe two other conspiracy theories. One y'all might not have heard of. One y'all might have, and I get into them real quick. One, I believe that all professional sports are decided at a level that is not on the playing field. And then
say that one more time. I'm sorry, I was reading.
I believe all professional sports are decided at a level that's not on the playing field.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Podcast.
No. That's still here. And then two, this is a conspiracy theory that if you wasn't in the military that you don't know. I honestly believe that they put something in your food while you're in boot camp so that you won't be aroused at all the whole time you're there.
Oh, I don't know about that, because if that was true, then I definitely beat that. But
you out there looking at.
Yeah, I had a mixed division. There was chicks in my division.
So, but yeah, conspiracy theories, man. Yes, I think sports are rigged. I think.
So you trying to say
are fake.
Won fair and square?
Huh?
So you trying to say your team ain't won fair and square?
I don't understand. I don't understand the question.
Look at you, looking like a politician on trial.
Wow.
I don't understand the question. Quick swig.
Nah, I think we won fair and square, but I think that there was a force. There was outside forces that was setting the conditions such that a win was more likely than not. I don't think they fixed the games I don't think they fixed the games in the way that you can determine the outcome, but I think that the games are set up so that you could more likely than not somebody can win big in Vegas. I think Vegas controls sports.
Well, you backpedal any faster, you be moonwalking.
No, I'm not backpedaling. I'm saying sometimes there's greatness that comes along, like somebody over my shoulder that can beat those odds. I think that Vegas wanted 49ers to win the Super Bowl, and then Mr. Mahomes had other plans.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
You don't?
Oh, I definitely believe sports is rigged. For sure.
You don't believe? I know you don't believe that Vegas wanted 49ers to win.
No.
Dude, look at your game. Look at your game versus them.
I believe they wanted them to get there. I think they believe that if we got to the Super Bowl versus y'all, it would have been a different game than what it would have been harder for y'all to win versus if y'all played the Niners. Yeah. So I definitely believe I definitely believe there was a play in effect to get the Niners there. Also with the help of some timely drops and stuff like that. But I think there was more money in the rematch from what was it, like 3 years ago versus a Lions Chiefs Super Bowl or a Lions Ravens Super Bowl. But I don't understand why y'all would do that and then not let the Niners win, so that way y'all can set up a trilogy. Like they do some shit sometimes that just doesn't make sense. You get what I'm saying?
See, that's the hard part, is trying to figure out what it is that they want. Like that's the game within the game. You know what I'm saying? To try to figure out what does the public want. Hey, Taco, that's definitely a conspiracy. There's no way that I was ever a diehard Cowboy fan. No way ever in life. Quick story: before I was a Chiefs fan, I used to like this team in Washington, but yeah, I was young and didn't know no better, and Carolina didn't have a team.
Cowboys. Anyway, This is not a sports podcast anyway. Save that for Man Down on Friday, I guess.
I knew that was gonna happen when he brought it up. That's why I said wrong podcast.
Because they can talk about that for hours and hours and hours.
We had stopped talking about it.
Yeah, and nobody talking about it but you now.
We just finished.
Please stop.
Is that a Bucky shirt?
It is. Have you ever been to Bucky's?
Nah, I haven't.
Oh my!
I heard it's like a fucking Wonderland.
What about this? What about we didn't even talk about the Simpsons conspiracy? Like,
the Simpsons be.
Oh, that's the one you believe in?
Like they wrote, they're written by time travelers.
No, for real. Now that shit is crazy.
I don't know. They got a lot of shit right though.
Did they get? No, I only want to speak.
Oh, we talked about that first.
Oh,
yeah, Teflon Don.
I just want to see the ear.
Donald Curtis Jackson Trump is what they call him.
No, they call him Donald Smollett.
Well, y'all are silly, man.
Telling the truth.
He said twerking originated in Europe. Please.
I'm trying to think, man, about any other conspiracy theories that people talk about, man. So we got into the flat Earth. We got.
I mean, there's one that I have, but that one is probably going to be a sore subject for a lot of people. So I will keep that one offline. But
What? We got 4 minutes. Get it popping.
I feel like I already know where you about to go.
Okay, so I'm gonna put the disclaimer out. I do not intend to offend anybody. But I believe that Christianity was created by slave masters to keep slaves in check.
I think he was going in.
I ain't mad at that.
I ain't either. I can't say I disagree.
I ain't mad at that. Now that's one I believe that the forbidden fruit was sex. I believe that.
That one was
easy. I believe Adam ate the apple, not Eve.
Oh, because we got the Adam's apple?
Yup.
I think we all do. Ours is just more prominent.
What's one that I believe? What's one I believe? Oh, the Mandela effect. That they like I believe.
Oh, yeah. What?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I believe that's
about
real
that?
for real, huh?
Bro, I swear to God, there's some things that I thought was one way and they saying it's another.
What are y'all talking about?
The Mandela effect. So for instance, like what is it? What's the main one? The Bernstein Bears?
Yeah.
So it's not Bernstein. It's what is it?
Bernstein.
Yeah, Bernstein.
So pretty much the Mandela effect is something that's like you remember it distinctively one way, and then it turns out that it was something different. Like the biggest one in my mind that they said that Ed McMahon never worked for Publisher Clearinghouse. He worked for somebody different.
Oh, I did see that on TikTok.
Yeah.
Another big one is that Sinbad never did Shazam.
Didn't they say it was Shaq or something like that?
Shaq did Kazam. We know that for a fact.
We know that one's real, but they said that Sinbad never did Shazam. There's nobody found it. There's no tape. There's no proof. There's nothing. Right. So there's that one. What else?
And that they changed the spelling of Fruit Loops somewhere down the line.
They also said that Fruit of the Loom never used to have a cornucopia, but Fruit of the Loom got grilled on Twitter about that because a lot of people will pull old T-shirts and stuff, and it had the cornucopia.
Right, with the fruit coming out of it.
Exactly. So, but they was trying, and Fruit of the Loom said that there was never a cornucopia.
They tried to say it was a basket.
No, they just said it was never there. It was just a bushel of fruit.
It was just fruit.
Yeah. Yeah. So there was that one,
and then the one that they said it was never 4 members of Destiny's Child. It was always 3.
Where do people come up with this stuff? How do people even have time to think about this stuff?
I'm trying to think. What's some of the other?
What you said today?
You done made that one up. That one ain't on there.
Yep. So Taco was hitting a couple of them. Curious George never had a tail. Looney Tunes is spelled. Yep, Looney Tunes is spelled different.
Hey, I know Curious George had a tail in the book.
I swear to God, he had a tail.
The man with the yellow hat. Yo, the man with the yellow hat, Curious George had a tail, and that's on everything.
Look, I could have swore the tail used to sit out to the side.
Didn't the teddy bear have the tail on it?
What's a
Who
corn?
said what is the corn of cut pea?
Oh my God. Yo, hey, unplug his internet again, bro. He don't need internet.
Yo, I had no idea what that little basket was called till y'all kept saying
cornucopia.
But it's from like Thanksgiving or something, right? Pilgrims, something.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't believe in pilgrims neither.
It's Febreze, not.
I like to call them Amish. I like to call them Amish ancestors.
Because I know it's the other way. Ain't no way it's the other way. I got Febreze right now.
Hey, so another one was that it's always been Jif and not Jiffy, the peanut butter.
That's a lie. It's definitely been Jiffy.
No, Jiffy. No, the peanut butter's always been Jif. Jiffy is cornbread. Come on, guys.
I definitely.
And the Jiffy was a Jiffy Pop.
Oh my God, no!
Hold on, there's. I thought it was too easy for Breeze.
What? No, ain't no way.
No, I'm holding this in my hand right now.
Right? No, we see. No, they changed. Somebody Google that.
There's the Looney Tunes one right there.
Whoa.
Let me see what.
Hey, hold on.
Why do people have time for this? What am I doing wrong in my life that I don't have leisure time to think about this stupid stuff?
What is that? That's weird.
No, so what happens is people will remember something like somebody will see this.
No, that's bullshit, Taco.
I swear that it was.
Monocle.
He did have a monocle.
Nah, that was the Peanut Man. That was Mr. Peanut.
No, I swear to God, the fucking Monopoly dude had a monocle too.
He did.
And apparently it was Sex and the City, not Sex in the City.
Not Sex in the City was the show, and Sex and the City was the movie.
Now, I thought that bitch was Sex in the City always.
Now, one was the movie and one was the show.
Okay, Oscar Mayer was Mayer, not Meyer.
No one knew how to spell Mayer. They only spelled the first name.
O-S-C-A-R.
First name.
Skechers definitely used to have a T in it.
Yeah,
Skechers definitely used to have a T in that shit. There's the Fruit Loops one.
So the thing about Mandela effect, they say that there's like alternate timelines and like universes, and sometimes when you go to sleep you switch the timeline, like you don't know where you wake up. Like
they said Pikachu's tail was never black at the end.
Now Pikachu definitely had black on the end of the tail, and that's a fact.
Nah, they said in reality it's just yellow. Nah, that's bullshit. I'm calling bullshit.
Yellow effect had to be on something. They was on shrooms, weed, PCP, something.
Do y'all remember there being a hyphen in between kit and cat?
No.
I don't know. I just ate them. I never read the rapper. Like pause. By the way. and hold on. Darth Vader never said, "Luke, I'm your father."
Luke,
I've actually heard that one, and I played it. Well, I played it back, and he didn't say that. I can't remember what he said though, but he did not say that. But everybody remembers him saying that.
Guys, listen. We can go on for days, weeks, months, years about conspiracy theory. I think all of us believe a little bit of them, man. Hit the comments up, man. Let us know the ones you believe in. Also hit like, share, subscribe, all that on the YouTube. Those that y'all that joined us on Facebook, man, hey, things are much fun on YouTube. Come on over there. And then you can catch us each and every week. Next week we probably will be back on our normal type topics, because I had some good ones this week. I just didn't have time to make what I wanted to make for them. So sorry. It was my birthday.
Hey, real quick before we get up out of here, man. When did Mandela die?
2000 like 36 some shit.
2013. I remember him.
No, he didn't die in the 90s, yo. He died like I don't know.
I thought he had been dead before he died.
Yeah, now that happens to a lot of people. Because who just died this weekend that I thought was dead for 10 years? Richard Simmons.
Richard Simmons? You're not the only person who thought that.
Richard Simmons.
I thought he been died. Yeah, he died. He died on Saturday. He died on my birthday.
The
exercise dude.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah,
I definitely thought he
that
was
man
gone
was
a
like
long time ago.
110. He was only in his 70s, I think.
Oh no, he definitely was aging like milk, but no.
Y'all are terrible.
Yeah, go and get up out of here, man.
I thought he was gone.
Richard Simmons.
Yeah, that's exactly what sweating to the oldies was his thing, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Anyway, guys, man, we thank y'all for coming out, man, and we look forward to seeing y'all each and every week, man. Appreciate y'all.
This one was a doozy. How you do that?